Okay, in the last video I got a couple of coats of spar urethane put on. This is going to be the underside of the floor, and I'm going to, for a little added protection, I'm going to paint this black with this Rust-Oleum paint that I got from Ace Hardware. But before I do that, I have to take some 180 grit sandpaper and kind of scuff this up. They say that the paint won't stick very good to the spar urethane unless you rough it up with sanding. So I got to rough it up and then wipe it down good to get all the dust off, and then we'll see if we can get a couple of coats of this black on here. Okay, I've got the dust wiped off of it now, so let's get ready to put a little black paint on here and see if it sticks. Alright, not real sure I like that, but by the way, did I mention I hate painting? I don't know, we'll see how this turns out. I was figuring on putting 2 coats on, but I don't know, we're going to see what this looks like. And it's fixing to rain, it's really humid out here, so it's probably going to take this about 24 hours to dry, so probably be tomorrow before I can come out here and check and see what it looks like. And I may slap another coat on it, and of course that'd be another 24 hours after that. But I want to make sure I get this good protected. I felt like I got good spar urethane on there, 2 good coats, and hopefully I got it scuffed up enough that this is going to stick. So we'll find out. I'll check back with you in about 24 hours. Okay, so the other day I got 2 coats of spar urethane on the underneath side, and also a coat of Rust-Oleum black, and that all cured up pretty nice. So I've now got this thing flipped over on my little homemade giant dolly, and I'm going to try to put a couple of coats of spar urethane on what will be the top part of the floor, and then it'll be ready to cut the insulation, fill in those pockets, and then put the plywood on the floor, and then we'll be ready to put the sidewalls up. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I got a couple of coats of spar urethane and it's dried completely, so now it's time to start cutting the insulation. I didn't video any of this because I knew it would be really boring, but basically I'm using 1/2-inch foam insulation. My local Lowe's didn't have the 1.5 inch that I wanted to use, so I bought the 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to cut 3 pieces to put in each little compartment there on the base floor. And here you can see I've just got a Japanese pull saw that I'm using to cut these out, and it did a really good job. And just measure each piece, and with a sharp, mark it with a Sharpie, and then just carefully cut it out, and worked pretty good. Okay, here's a picture of the insulation installed. It's I've got 3 pieces in each of the little areas there, so 3 pieces of 1/2 inch is going to give me a total of 1.5 inch. And now I'm ready to cut the plywood for the inside floor. Okay, those of you with a really keen eye may notice that I'm making a really big rookie mistake here when I'm cutting this. I failed to check the depth of cut, and I last had my saw set up to cut through a 2x4, so I nearly cut through my whole sawhorse stand here. Yikes. I cut all the way through them dams. So as you can see here, I had to stop and patch up my sawhorse boards. Just screwed a little short 2x4 to the bottom of them to help strengthen them up, but there was only about a 1/4 inch left holding it together because of that last mistake. So while we are looking at this picture of this beautiful Pure Bond plywood, let me tell you a little about one of my sponsors. I have been using Columbia Forest Products Pure Bond plywood for years, and it's the only plywood I use for the Gatton CNC kits that I sell. Pure Bond plywood is available from Home Depot and a network of wholesale distributors, and they have shipped over 150 million Pure Bond panels since 2005. It is a decorative interior grade plywood that can be finished, painted, or otherwise treated to support the look you desire. Columbia Forest Products has been a leader in the hardwood industry for decades, providing plywood for furniture, architecture, laser cutting, and my personal favorite, campers. I got the two pieces cut for the floor, and I did cut them a little bit long and let them hang over, and then use a hand router with a flush trim bit to make sure I get a near perfect fit. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up with this picture here. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video on this camper build. And until the next one, thank you very much for watching.